News from the Championship now, where Brentford's remarkable run of form goes on, with the club now unbeaten since December 11th. That's an incredible 12 games without defeat, which has seen the club shoot right up the table, and manager Thomas Frank is believed to be very secure in his job.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to episode 10 as we follow in Dean Smith's footsteps, and we are still at Walsall, but as you can see, settle in because I think we're going to be here for a little while. Brentford's form has dramatically improved and they now find themselves, well really, probably, looking at recent form, favourites for promotion I would say. They have gone on a tear. Look at these recent results. They have not lost in their last 12 games and it's looking as though, well, it's looking as though the manager is going to be at least in the job to the end of this season. So maybe he'll get poached to go somewhere else, we don't know. But settle in because it's looking as though Walsall will be our home for the foreseeable future, which is good, I think. I'd like to have a little go at Walsall and see exactly how far we can take them and how quickly we can do it. Now today we are playing Forest Green Rovers in a top of League 2 table clash. Then we're going to play Newport County as well. Two big games in the league. But before we get to that, we've got a few games to catch you up on since last episode. The first of those was against Morecambe. Danny Guthrie got the only goal with a first half penalty. So yeah, we were the better team in this game, but you can see that by the match stats. We just kind of struggled to break them down, to be honest. Guthrie got the penalty, so that was good. And of course, it was an relatively early 15th minute. We could just kind of see the game out from there without having to sort of go at them any more than we were already. But yeah, a little bit disappointing against a poor Morecambe team, if we're honest. But yeah, it is what it is. We got the 3 points and happy days for that. The next game is against Crewe Alexander in the league. We fell behind in the 35th minute, but were quickly level as Wes McDonald grabbed a share of the points. So yeah, a little bit of a disappointing result this one. It was an even game as you can see. We did play with wingers and the one striker up top. Partly that was due to match fatigue players. Partly was due to the fact they had two defensive midfielders and I thought we'd have more success sort of trying to get down the sides of them than go through the middle. And I mean, it didn't not work. We had 17 shots on goal, but it wasn't fantastic. You can see our goalkeeper played well. Yeah, on the right side between Norman and McDonald, they were sort of the other two guys that looked like they had something to offer. But otherwise, yeah, it was a little bit of a disappointing result at home to sort of a mid-table Crewe Alexander side, who are, of course, one of our rivals as well. The next game to catch you up on was the Leasing.com Cup thing. It's a quarter-final against Forest Green Rovers, our opponents in the first game today. Let's see how that warm-up went. We opened the scoring early in the second half with a sweet Joe Willis strike, and sealed the tie late on when Cameron Pring picked out Shea Facey at the back post. So this was a good performance by our second 11 effectively against, top of the other sort of team battling with us for the top of the table. Just a really Willis with a good goal. Facey did well. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. We had the two youngsters up front. A quick update actually on Perry Moss. Look at Perry Moss go. He is developing like a house on fire. So he's almost becoming a first team player very quickly here. So that's exciting that he's coming along as well as he is. Didn't do particularly well in this game, but Hardy is an attacking midfielder. Well, everybody had a pretty good game. You can see that. So the second 11 did us very proud in this one. And that basically means now we have Peterborough in the semi-final, Southern Section semi-final. Now, I'm assuming if we win that means we're at Wembley. So, yeah, really exciting times. We're 90 minutes from Wembley, which would be something, wouldn't it? But yeah, that just kind of, we'll see where that takes us. We're going to have a quick look at what all this means for the league table. As I said, we are top by a point right now, with Forest Green sitting there in second. So we're away from home in this game. I think a draw would be a decent result. Newport County are a little bit further down the table. Where are they? They were here somewhere. There they are. They're at 14th. So, I mean, that's another game you'd like to think we could win. We are away from home for that one as well. So, 2 away games today. Let's go and have a quick look at what we're up against here against Forest Green. And they are the favourites for this one. You can see our form a little inconsistent perhaps, but so is theirs. We beat them and we've drawn them in the 2 games so far this year. The draw was the first game in the league at our place. They're a Mark Cooper coached team. That hasn't changed since the start of the season. You can see he's probably a better coach than manager, but at this level that can be just as dangerous. Attacking standard style of play. We're expecting them to come out in this sort of a formation. We don't really have any other information on them, but we did just play them. I don't know how strong of a team it was of theirs, But we did just play them with our second 11 and put a bit of a beating on them. Now, this is the team that we're sending out. It is Liam Roberts in goal. It's Jules and Clark at the back. It's Kinsella down the right. Cockrell Mollett down the left. Sharon sits in there in front of the defence. It's Guthrie. It's Redmond and Bates in midfield. It's Candlin and Lavery up top. The goal-scoring hero against Middlesbrough last time out. Let's go. So we can see the way everybody's lining up, which is excellent, as expected. And yeah, let's go pick up where they left off. I mean, it's the same team. We could lose our lead. Don't go there and impress me. All right, just pick up where you left off. Same opposition, so that kind of makes sense to say on that level as well. And let's get out there. I should say just quickly before we kick off, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel and you do enjoy my content, make sure you subscribe, ring the bell so you know when I upload new episodes. And if you do enjoy this video, please do hit thumbs up. It helps people sort of discover the video and the channel and the series and all that kind of fun stuff. So that's the YouTube tick box done on that one. All right, come on, boys, let's go. Yeah, as I say, I don't think a draw here is a terrible result. If we can get out of an away game against Forest Green, still top of the table, ball comes in, headed away, Lavery's there. Is it going to be a penalty? No, it's hucked clear. There's no one forward for them, so Sharon has time to get the ball and then pick his pass. He does to Clark. Clark across to Jules as we regain our shape from the set piece. Jules, a decent ball there for Kinsella, knocks it down for Lavery. Lavery goes out for Kinsella. Where's Candlin in the middle? Redmond's getting forward as well. It's back post, and it's there by Cockrell Mollett. Callum Cockrell Mollett, CCM with his 5th of the season. Kinsella with the assist. And that is a little bit special. We're 1-0 up away from home to our title rivals. And it was a good goal, wasn't it? We worked it nicely, got down the sides of them. Cockrell, I love when one wing-back crosses to the other wing-back. It's just my thing. I really, really enjoy it. And there we go. It's 1-0 to Walsall. And excellent stuff. If we can defend properly now, then we will open ourselves up a nice little gap at the top of this League 2 table. As I keep saying, I think the big thing is getting promotion. But, you know, we'll take a title if it comes our way, won't we? And, of course, that will also help boost our reputation for later on in the series. When we are looking to get the bigger jobs at Brentford and then after that Aston Villa. All right, what do we want to say? Just don't get complacent, I think. We've done a pretty good job there. Sharon's on a booking. We'll just tell him not to get himself sent off. Obviously, since the end of last episode, the transfer window has closed. We didn't sign anybody as expected. That's as much as anything just down to wage budget. There was a couple of decent players. We do, of course, have one loan spot left. There were a couple of decent loan players available, but we were talking sort of, you know, $1,000 a week or so for their wages, and obviously we're already sort of over our wage limit. So I maybe could have got there and just sort of gone over the wage budget, but then later on in the series, again, we'll run into the problem of, you know, not having kept to a budget here, and that might become an issue down the line, especially with a club like Brentford. I would imagine they're going to want us to stay within a budget. So we didn't bother, and like I say, we're doing okay with the team that we have. There's no real need to sort of push the boat out and sign somebody, because even if we don't win the league, let's see if we can defend this, please, boys, and we can. As long as we get promoted, that's the main thing, isn't it? So I think we're in a good position to do that. So yeah, let me know if you guys think that was the right thing to do. I just personally didn't see a sense in, and also taking game time away from younger players as well. Bates is not having the best game in there in midfield. We've got another free kick here with 83rd minute. A goal here will just about wrap it up for us. Lavery picks up the defensive header. Bates has it out there in a wide position. In for Guthrie. Guthrie gets mugged, and across comes Sharon. He can't win it back, and are we going to get caught on the brakes? It's very reminiscent of a goal that Middlesbrough scored against us. I think Carlisle scored one like that as well, didn't they? We'll tell them to concentrate, and we might just start and close this thing down. Yet again, we've started things off with a not the best performance from us, but this is a different game than the ones against Carlisle and Port Vale, isn't it? In this situation, 1-0 away from home is a very decent result for us. The other thing we probably want to do actually is sit these guys back, don't we? So we'll do that. Fullbacks on support for me, please, boys. Kinsella, we might take you off. Bates is not having the best game in midfield, so we'll put him forward. Get Corey Norman back there as a fullback, and hopefully see this thing out now. Let's go defensive, and Come on, boys, come on. Are we going to go to the home of Forest Green Rovers and get a massive result? I think we've done it, boys. Yes, we have. Huge. Not the best second half performance, but I think we just about earned that in the first half. The defense was quite magnificent. And, well, there we go. That is a really, really good result for us. Don't get complacent, boys, but that's really, really good. So Walsall edge tight Forest Green contest. A huge, huge 3 points in the context of the season. We are now 4 points clear. We are now 12 points ahead of Bradford City. Promotion is looking good, isn't it? It really, really is looking as though we will be going up to League One for next season. But guys, wait right there. We have Newport County coming up next. Can we go 6 points in the episode?
Aussie, reports have leaked out of the dressing room that you have had a heated falling out with Stuart Sinclair, including you pulling on his beard. Can you confirm or deny this? Yeah, look, mate, Stuart knows his place in the team is dependent on his performances, and my job here is to win football games for Walsall. It's not to keep Sinclair happy. And look, if he doesn't want to have his beard pulled, then he should stop being such a dick.
Okay, welcome back. Now, the Stuart Sinclair saga, it has taken another step up. We've had another big falling out over this. In a press conference, I basically said we're going to sell him. And so that's basically where we're at now. It's a bit of a shame, as I said, because mentally he's quite good. But the problem we have is that technically he's poor. He wasn't playing well as a box-to-box midfielder. I'm not comfortable having a ball-winning midfielder with a tackling of 7. Yeah, so I don't think it's going to happen. At least there's some interest in him now. He's on $2,000 a week. He has a contract to the end of next season, so hopefully we'll be able to get him out the door. I don't even care about the transfer fee, to be honest, at this point. He just needs to leave, which is a shame because that beard is magnificent. But this is what we're up against here. We are looking to capitalise on that win against Forest Green with a repeat result against Newport County. We are the favourites for this one. We're in excellent form. They're not in too bad a form themselves. They are a Paco Herrera coach team. Name sounds familiar. I don't know where I know it from. Probably from Birmingham City. I'm going to leave that there before I swear. So there we go. We've got a balanced, direct style of play that we're up against here. We're expecting them to come out in this sort of a formation. We can see here their positional heat map, their passing network, and their key passes as well. Notice keeper doesn't really pass out, but the centre-backs do. So we're going to try and not close down the goalkeeper and have our strikers, hopefully, put a bit of pressure on them there. And that is that, and their key passes there as well. And this is a team that we're sending out. A slight tweak to the formation. We do have some match-fatigued players as well, which is why we've seen a few changes for this one. So Liam Roberts continues in goal. It's Scar, sort of backup left-sided centre-back, and it is Corey Roberts, our backup right-sided centre-back. They come in to play this one. They're both done fairly well in the past. Norman comes in to play down the right, Pring down the left. Sharon continues in midfield. Kinsella moves into midfield himself with Guthrie. Perry Moss, he goes up to play number 10 in this one. Hopefully he's going to have a good game. I mean, he's developing. We've got to give him the game. He's earned it. We're going to put Gordon up top. Candlin has fallen off form, hasn't he, since the early days of the season. And Lavery will obviously continue up there as well. Yeah, let's do 6 points in an episode. Alright, so everybody is playing as expected, which is good. I'm really interested to see how Perry Moss does, sort of starting in a league game. He sort of only started in that leasing.com thing. Stuart says we should encourage the team. I'm starting to wonder if we're going to hit the point where they might start getting a little bit nervous because we're sort of overachieving what was expected. So we'll tell them here that, there's no pressure on you. Go out there and do a job and hope that, as I said, pressure doesn't get to us. We've put ourselves now, after that win against Forest Green, in a really, really good position. So we need to try and make sure that we capitalise on that now if we can. Decent start to the game possession-wise, so we haven't created too much. We could look to go attacking if we need to. Obviously, it's not the strongest team with, Moss instead of Redmond. Moss potentially is a star. But ideally, we'd like to have Redmond. But again, he's match fatigued. There's still a lot of games to come, so we don't want to fatigue players too early on here. Let's go attacking, and let's maybe try and exploit the middle as well. Let's take it off pass ball into space as well. That's something I've sort of been experimenting with a little bit, passing the ball into space. It's worked at occasions, not other occasions. So it just kind of is what it is. Not happy with that, boys. Let's see if we can fire up the nervous lads and get back out there. Guthrie's looking... It really annoys me that Guthrie is sort of one of the main guys that seems to look nervous all the time when he's one of our more experienced players. Premier League experience, of course, as well. And he just doesn't seem to be able to get the job done for us. Boys, demand more. Let's see if that helps. Not particularly, does it? All right, Gordon's having a poor game. Let's get Candlin on, see if he can do anything there for us. Pring's having not the best game out wide left. I'm wondering, actually, if maybe we need to look to exploit the flanks, get those boys involved, take it off work ball into the box. Let's maybe go a little bit more direct, a little bit higher tempo. And Norman is now injured. All right, so let's get Facey on. Give him a chance out there. Pring is looking apprehensive. All right, let's get Cockerell Mollet on out there then. He's match fatigued, but you know, it's not working, is it? We haven't created. Have we had a highlight this game yet? What is going on, boys? Come on, get creative. Okay. What else can we do here? Let's highline it. Let's get stuck in. Was I closing down the goalkeeper? I was. So let's get rid of that. And Perry Moss has picked up an injury as well, so we're going to have to take him off and bring. We don't have another sub, do we? So Perry Moss it's a bruised knee, so it's not too bad. Show some passion, boys. Come on. What is going on with us? Oh no, don't concede a goal, boys. Come on, let's win this ball back, please. It's there. We do have it. Lumped forward. It's there for Candlin. Candlin goes past his man. Candlin's in. Lavery's with him. Candlin! A decent effort. At least it's a highlight. Almost the highlightless game there. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Guthrie with a corner. Can we get this done late? Guthrie, decent ball in. Back post. It's over the bar by Scar. How many times have we seen it when we do have to rotate our team that we really do struggle to create anything? And there we go. Well, not great. Their goalkeeper was the best player on the field with the exception of Kinsella, who just, whether we play him wide right or whether we play him in midfield, just continues to be one of our better players. I'm not happy with that, and I'm sorry, boys. That was not a great episode. So thankfully for us, Forest Green have dropped points at home to Port Vale as well, and Port Vale's proving to be quite the banana skin for both of us, aren't they? So we still have that 4-point gap, which is good. Unfortunately, the gap down to 4th, which is really the one we need to look at, has come in a little bit, but still very, very comfortable. And yeah, there we go. That just kind of is what it is. And Norman has broken his leg. Okay. Well, that's a shame. A broken leg for Cameron Norman. Focus on your recovery, mate. We'll get you back next season. And yeah, that's far from ideal, isn't it? That really is far from ideal. A bruised knee for Perry Moss. He's fine. He'll be back ready to go next time we call on him. And Candlin, yeah, that's 10 hours of football now he has played without a goal. And he started the season so well. And he's just stopped scoring, unfortunately. But he's young. I'm sure he'll get better. He's got 11 goals for the year, which is probably not too bad, to be honest. He's going at just over 1 and 2. So that's it's not too bad. It's just a shame, having started so well, that's what's happened. But guys, that is it for today. I apologise. We really didn't get many goals, but a big result against Forest Green. And I guess that's the main thing. If you did enjoy that, please do hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And we'll be back next time. I won't worry about this thing until we get to Wembley, if we were to beat Peterborough, I should say. But we'll be back next time for Stevenage away. And then it is hosting Chelsea in the FA Cup. Can we take a Premier League scalp? That's a big ask, but we'll find out next time. Take care.